I'm dipping in my seven. I'm bouncing in my seven. I'm riding in my seven. I got that free gas.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy LSRI 254 and tune in for another one, man. It is, I don't know what day it is. It don't even matter what day it is. What matters is what we finna do. Finna get off into these brakes on the c-10. As you can see, check my tire, head to toe. You know what I'm saying? Took it back, dug my boots out the closet. You know what I'm saying? Some mechanic overalls. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a mechanic in the Army, but Army Savage, Army surplus store for the win. Wife, she's steady saying I'm messing up all my clothes and shit. So I grabbed some coveralls, man. So let's get into it. Alright, so the issue or dilemma that we are having, and the more that we look up under this thing, slight issues, nothing major. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this wheel off here. We need to know exactly what size this brake drum is, or brake caliper, or brake drum. Yeah. If we figure out the drum size, then we can figure out the brake size. How do you go about measuring this? Well, the measurements are so close that yeah, they're really pretty close. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just simply take the drum to the store and see if they can match it. And maybe they can tell me if it's, what are the measurements? 11 or 11 and something. So we're going to take the drum, I'll take it up there and go from there. So now that we got the drum off, I needed both hands for that. Now that we got the drum off, what we're going to go do is we're going to go ahead and take some pictures. What we're taking pictures of is the assembly and how it is put together. So definitely want to make sure you get some well lit pictures. And I think Chris Fix made a video on this. I'm not going into the details of brakes because I don't like brakes, but this is a tip that I got from him and some other guys. So we're gonna get these pictures and be good to go. That way there is no confusion on how this thing goes back together. Now, one thing that I did notice was the fact that the actual brake cable is not hooked up. As you can see right there, that is the actual cable that runs to the front, I believe. Oh, no. Let me take that back. Is that? Hold on. Let's see what we got. Okay, so the brake cable runs over there, I believe, first, and then maybe runs over here. Either way, this is not connected to anything. This is simply tied around a thing, but we'll get to that when we cross that bridge. Let's get this stuff off, or let's get up to the store, find the brake that we need, brake size, correct brake size, and get this thing done today, man. Alright, so as you can see, There's a Brake Best Select Riveted Brake Shoe 449. That one has a 2-inch shoe, and then you have one with a 2 3/4 inch shoe. So I'm not exactly sure which one it is. So I think that we might just take the shoes off, take the brake shoes off, and take them with us with the drum, and just go from there. So let's go. It's about 9:17 now. By 9:30, 9:45, no later than 10, man, I want to be at the stove so that we can be on a good track, a good time thing of figuring this out. That's a lot of things when you get a new vehicle. I mean, you just don't know, I guess, exactly what you're working with. So, yeah. So, I'm gonna get this brake hardware off and we'll turn you back on. Alright guys, so we got everything off. Sprayed it down with some brake cleaner. That mess, man, that mess. Drum and motherfucking pads. I don't know about this whole brake cylinder. It doesn't seem to be leaking. You know me, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But yeah, so I don't know how tough it would be to get that off. I know it's just 2 screws and then that brake line, but do we really want to fool with that today? We'll price it. We'll price it out and then go from there, man. Let's see. So now we're on our way to Raleigh. Let's go. So we headed to the parts store, man. I should have pulled them drums. I should have pulled them brakes off beforehand. Went ahead and ordered the parts and done it like that. Just for the simple fact that the brake pads alone is gonna be like $28.99. So basically like $30 versus where I could have got them for $10. $10 to $15. You know what I'm saying? Now you paying like double and shit. And the local parts stores, they only price match so much. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you know exactly what you need, then you don't have to really get caught up in the whole which one should I get type shit. Or you won't be doing this last minute like me. Because I've been knowing that the brakes need to be changed for the longest. I just didn't know what size. So I figured I would do it here. You know what I'm saying? I would do it locally. But I really kind of overthought it. And now all it took was a tape measure to measure the width of the pad. One is 2, one is 2 3/4. That's a substantial difference. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at the other numbers. It wasn't that much substantial, but the width, that's what made the biggest difference. So I'm gonna just go ahead and spend. I mean, and when you think about it, you don't change the rear brake drums that often. So technically, $30 for them really not shit. But as you know, I do everything on a budget. You know what I'm saying? I do everything paying or getting the best deals. You know what I'm saying? Which is maximizing, you know, the budget and shit. So So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get the shoes today, so I can, you know, put this shit back together, throw it back on the truck, do the other side, and then, you know, a little bit later down the line, then we'll go ahead and we'll order the drums. You know what I'm saying? Cause in the store, the drums are like 50 something a piece. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they might be able to turn this one. I don't know. I'm gonna take it, and then we're gonna see what the fuck happens. So, like, because everything was already thrown off. Like, the original plan for the day was supposed to be. The original plan for the day was supposed to be, hey, we're going to do this here. You know what I'm saying? Pull the brakes up. I was supposed to be at the store by 10. It's almost 12 o'clock, like 2 hours later. I mean, granted, I had breakfast and shit this morning and was talking to my wife and shit. But that's neither here nor there. I was on schedule. I was supposed to be there at 10. Technically, we probably supposed to be done by now, bro. So, very, very important, man, to stay on task. Yeah. So we just leaving AutoZone. We ended up going to AutoZone instead because of the simple fact that your boy waited to the last minute. And that's what happened when you wait to the last minute. You end up having to get some other stuff. O'Reilly's had them, but I would have had to go all the way out yonder to Killeen to go get it, or they would have had it by 1:20, 1:30 or whatever. I'm like, I'll just check another store. I really don't like too much fooling with Advance, but when I looked up the brakes for the C-10 on their website, like, dimensions was already all off and some more shit. Watch where you going. So we headed back to the house, finna get this stuff put together. We got the hardware. We got the pads. Like I said, I ordered the drums. I ordered the actual drum joints from Rock Auto, and they can come in later. So back to the house. All right, y'all. So we back from the stove. As you can see, we got the brakes here. Just making sure that they visually look like the other ones. As you can see, as far as pad, there was no pad on the other one. It's basically down to the metal if you look at the comparison. So, gonna get this out the bag and get it put on, man. So we back at AutoZone, me and P. We had to come buy some wheel cylinders, cause this bitch is busted. Like some of y'all gal vagina. Busted. Anyway, this right here, we finna get this and we going back to the house. Hey, so what happened was, see, we pulled out, do the other side. This shit was all crispity, crunchity, cool. The what was it? Adjuster. The adjuster was all seized up, not moving. I fucked the threads up, but it wasn't moving no way, so it really don't matter. So we're gonna have to order new adjuster cable joint. The brake line wouldn't come apart from the back, So we're gonna have to look at probably ordering a new brake line. We're gonna have to, because they rounded off, you know, people using whatever to get damn brake lines off. Didn't use the right wrench, rounded it off. Fucked it up for me, but I mean the truck is old, so I mean it's time. So now there is no brake drum on there. Oh no, it's a drum.
The drum on there.
Yeah, the drum's there. There are no brakes on the inside. Yeah, there's nothing on the inside, so it shouldn't seize up. I would drive it, but that probably wouldn't be the same. I mean, most of your braking power comes from the front anyway, so like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I think it'll still be straight. But let me see. I'm gonna put it in the reverse to see. Get the shit out. Like when you first put it on there, it won't just roll back, but like it'll slowly start doing it. So I wonder if it got something to do with the fucking brake. I don't even want to look at the fucking front brakes. Shit.
Shit, as bad as the back one was.
You're gonna have to.
The motherfucker never did the front.
I don't know.
You gonna tell them where them bitches at?
Yeah, man, we're gonna try to find some more brake lines. Shit, this was not the fucking plan this weekend, okay? We were supposed to be pulling this bitch out.
Look, the joy of working on old shit. Oh shit. Project.
The game is cold, man.
Hey, the joy of project.
The game is cold.
If you want to restore some shit, yeah.
I ain't even trying to restore it. I just want to make sure the bitch stops.
You gotta work.
Restore the brakes.
But they never been changed.
Ever. Yeah, man. This motherfucking, I guess, update, whatever shit. I might have to order some shit. Like I said, this is just kind of slow season, man. Like getting into December, man, family time, Christmas, kids' birthday and shit. Like, I don't know, man. I get to it eventually. She sounds good though.